For the first time in program history, the Spearfish Sasquatch have won the first half and punched their ticket to the playoffs. Today they look to sweep the limping Nebraska Prospects. It's been an interesting series, but tonight none of that matters. It's about closing out the series and turning the page to a clean slate. It's the Nebraska Prospects and the Spearfish Sasquatch live from Black Hills Energy Stadium in beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota. As we welcome you up into the press box, I'm AJ Reister. Aiden Wirtz is our producer, director, part-time color commentator, researcher, statistician, everything and beyond. Aiden, it's been one of the weirdest weeks of baseball. We've had 2 blowout wins for the Squatch where they scored 20 or more runs.
Yep.
And then last night, with the chance to clinch the first half and a spot in the playoffs, it comes down to a walk-off 3-run home run at the bottom of the 7th, where the Squatch struggled all night to get base runners and move them around, but also a lot of free bases allowed by this bullpen that we haven't seen a ton of recently.
100%. I mean, what a game. Seriously, I mean, you're down. A lot of the guys that were up here earlier were kind of like, you know what, let's just get them tomorrow. But down 4 runs, you come back, you get 2 with the Finn home run. All of a sudden, you tie it back up right there in the bottom of the 7th, and then hit a walk-off home run. Really cool stuff. Honestly, for Phoenix to come in and just immediately make an impact.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of immediately verifies whoever scouted him, and it was like, yeah, you know, that'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah, it absolutely will do.
What a game.
It was crazy from start to finish, and it just felt like you were waiting for that big inning, like we said, and it finally came in the bottom of the 7th when they dropped 5 runs. It started with Clay Porter getting his first base hit in a Sasquatch uniform, and then Sam Kwapnowski drove in 2 runs with a double to the wall, and then the inning continued. Guys getting on base. Carson Rather, I swear, he is a magnet to the baseball.
Yes.
I think he's been hit at least once in almost every single game. He got on base, and then Phoenix Brandt finished it off. 3-run bomb. His first home run is in a Sasquatch uniform and the biggest moment of the season. But now, again, we flip the page to tonight. The Squatch know they're in the playoffs, but of course want to continue to show out, especially in front of a great home crowd for fireworks night. Diego Trujillo gets the start on the mound. The rest of the defense behind him, starting in the outfield. Going left to right is Kyle Finn, Lucas Torelli, and Sam Kwapnowski. Along the infield, at third base, it's Nick Wirt, Clay Porter at short, Wilson Kiefer at second, and Jordan Bowman at first. Behind the dish is Gio Mastrosa. Leading off the ball game for the Prospects is Ripken Fleck, the starting third baseman. Pulls it down the first baseline. Bowman gloves it and takes it to the bag himself.
AJ, as we've mentioned the past couple of games, the infield has looked a lot different than it has in the first almost half of the season. Obviously, Fort has been, Fort's spot has been vacated and now is covered by a couple different guys. It's nice to see Bowman at first as well. I know Sam got a chance last night. Kwapnowski did, and I know Seth's played there a couple times, and so has Finn. But Bowman's bat has been pretty solid recently too.
It has been. A couple of home runs in a game last weekend against Hastings.
Yep.
And he's another big target at first base. We talked about Kyle Finn's big frame, but Bowman has a really good frame and a good glove down there at first. And he was the starting first baseman for that first series down in Hastings. So from the start, you had a feeling that Bowman would have a solidified spot there, whether it's in a starting role or in a backup role off the bench. He gets the start tonight. Now digging in is Jackson Schumacher. He caught both games last night. Is the center fielder for Game 4. 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1.
Mentioned Diego a couple times last night. One of the guys who really we do feel confident at the plate and on the mound. He's a great two-way that the Squatch have this season.
A great two-way player. He has started games. He's come out of the pen. And like you said, he plays a pretty mean third base as well. Got a good glove down there in the hot corner. Waving a miss by Schumacher. And Diego's in an even count, 2-2. His last appearance on the mound was in relief. That was in that final game against Hastings when the Squatch had their first walk-off winner of the season. He threw an inning, faced 5 batters, only threw 16 pitches. Did walk one and allow a hit, but no runs scored. Full count, 1 down. Here's the pitch. Popped up, right side. It'll get out of play. Diego is a 6-foot freshman from Camas, Washington. Attends Mount Hood Community College. Just finished up his first year there. Throws a fastball, 84 to 88. Also has a curveball and the changeup. And it's a 1-out walk. Brings up Jacob Perrin. He'll be followed by Mike Valdivia, Kobe Hatcher, and Corey Kozad. Rounding out the starting 9 is Elijah Russell, Nikolai French, and Jake Smolinski. Umpires tonight behind the dish is Nathan Montgomery. On the field is Jeremy Boar. In the dirt, gets away from Masterosa, and an easy 90 feet for Schumacher. Now I went down and talked to Jayton Greer. He got hit hard up in the collarbone area last night, and he did fracture it, so he will be heading home tomorrow, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
Was in a sling when I went down and saw him. This one's roped to left field. It'll get all the way to the wall. In comes Schumacher from second. Perrin coasts into second with a 1-out double and scores the first run of the ball game.
Yeah, that's never fun to see a guy come in and immediately have to go home.
Yeah, especially a kid who just graduated high school, is getting ready for his first season at University of San Diego. Makes his first start this summer. Tries to block it was actually a foul tip and caught his collarbone. He tried to actually stay in the game, but he couldn't throw the ball. He immediately went to the doctor last night, whether it was Quick Care or the hospital, I'm not 100% sure, but got checked out, and yeah, it was a fractured collarbone, and they said if he stayed in the game, it very well could have cleanly broken. So he's in a sling. Thankfully, his mom hasn't left quite yet, just because he got out here on Monday. So he's going to hop on a plane with his mom tomorrow, go back home, and start his recovery. I asked him about the timeline. He said it's going to be about 5-6 weeks, and then he has to start rehabbing, which could take even longer. Just getting strength back in his arm and in his swing. Just unfortunate to see. Ball in the dirt, it's 3-0. And with Gio leaving at the end of the month, that's a huge hit to the catcher's room as well for Spearfish. It'll be a two-headed monster with both of those guys now leaving. We've talked about how important it's been to have more than 2 catchers, so we'll see what Spearfish does now that Jayton's going to be gone as well. High fly ball to left. Finn backpedaling in front of the warning track makes the catch. But, of course, our first and only worry right now is to make sure that Jayton is all right.
Right, absolutely.
The long fly out to left brings up Kobe Hatcher, the right fielder. And Finn to lead off the ball game for Spearfish. Aiden Martin on the mound for the Prospects, making his second appearance. He's thrown 2 innings this year, allowed 2 runs, 0 strikeouts to 3 walks. We talked about it all week. Nebraska is very light on arms. They only brought 4 true POs, so they've been throwing a lot of position guys, and Aiden Martin might be a part of that crew. He's definitely gotten a lot more at-bats than he has innings on the mound. The thing is most players have thrown at least some, whether it's in Little League or high school, as Martin speeds it up but misses away. So it's not like they're foreign to the mound. At least nobody should be, assuming that most players have at least. And I talked to their head coach before the game, and he said, gotta see if Martin even has the arm for it. Almost had to go with somebody else just because of how tired a lot of these guys are. Porter gets plunked. And it already sucks when you don't have a lot of arms, and now some of your guys are getting tired. You don't want to throw out their arms in a series that's already been taken. But also, you need somebody to go out there and throw pitches because you got a game. Here's Kyle Finn. He has been a killer against the prospects. Hit 3 home runs yesterday, 2 of them in game 1. One of them came late in the game to shrink the deficit to 2. They walked him in the bottom of the 7th, but it didn't matter because he ended up coming around to score anyway on the Sam Kwapnowski double. And when you look at his numbers, you understand why they walked him. Hitting .452 as a .544 on base. His OPS is north of 1,500. Pops this one straight up into the air. The second baseman goes out into shallow right and makes the catch. That's Jake Smolinski. But going back to Finn and his numbers, his slugging is nearly 1,000. Has 33 RBIs and 25 runs scored. It is unreal the type of numbers that Kyle Finn is putting up this summer. And yesterday, after he hit his second home run in game 1, he rounded third and said, it's too easy. And that stolen base was too easy for Clay Porter, as it wasn't even close. Clay just got in a couple days ago. Got the start last night at shortstop and was the catalyst for what ended up being the big 7th inning. Here's a line drive to center that drops in. Here comes Porter from second, and we've got a tie ball game. RBI single for Nick Work. That stolen base proves to be huge as Porter speeds around third to score the first run of the ball game for the Sasquatch. Here's Sam Kwapnowski. And Clay's got a lot of speed. He was the stolen base leader in his JUCO conference his sophomore year. Here's another stolen base for Nick Work. Ball popped out of the glove of the catcher, Nikolai French. And Nick Work has a lot of speed, too. That's his 5th stolen bag of the summer. Kwap takes a strike. We talk about the power all the time with this lineup. Almost anybody up and down can hit one out, especially these two guys coming up in Sam and Bowman. But there's also so much speed. We just saw Porter and Work each steal a bag. And everyone has at least attempted or has a stolen base this summer. The Squatch are really, truly one of those all-around teams that can beat you with power, beat you with small ball, and can beat you on the mound. They are a tough team to play right now. And that's why they are the champions of the first half. Hack and a miss, and Kwapnowski is an even count 2-2. It's a full count, excuse me. The 3-2. Chopper left side deep in the hole, and it gets through for a base hit. Work around third. Here comes the throw from left, and it gets by the catcher. Sam will round second. Now he takes out for third, and Kwapnowski has an RBI double. Here's Jordan Bowman to follow up the chopper that just snuck through the 5.5 hole, and the throw in from left by Corey Kozad went way up the line and found the backstop. Lifted out to right center and dropping. Bowman has an RBI single. Kwapnowski comes in to score, and the bats are humming here in the first. 3-1 Squatch after Nebraska took an early 1-0 lead. Here's Chase Scott, the 6'2 freshman from Ridgecrest, California. Attends Saracoso with a few of the guys on the team, including the guy that's in front of him in the lineup. But he'll take his spot at first base and move Bowman over to second. Now Gio's got to hurry up and get his gear on. He was dressed, getting ready to catch with 2 outs, but now he's got to rip it all off and grab a bat and a helmet. Gio Masterosa in one of his final games as a Sasquatch. Be leaving us at the end of the month. He's been here since day one, was a huge contributor, has been a huge contributor all season long, actually leads the catching room in batting average with a .345. Has 5 walks, 5 runs, 5 RBIs. Here's a line drive through the left side for a base hit. Bowman will hold up at third. And the train continues to chug here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Here's the second baseman, Wilson Kiefer, who made his first start last night after coming back from injury nearly a month ago. Tweaked his knee. He's been having a lot of those knee injuries throughout his high school career. Actually redshirted his true freshman year this last spring because of an injury. Trying to stay healthy. That's the big thing for him right now. Takes a strike on the outer half. Bases loaded, 2 down, 3-1 Squatch in the bottom of the first on a beautiful Friday night in Spearfish for fireworks night. Ground ball left side, sneaks through the same spot again. RBI single for Wilson Kiefer. And that'll bring up Torelli for the second time this inning.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 11.
4-1 Spearfish. He was the first out of the inning. He flew out to center, but gets a second chance at Martin in this first inning. There's a strike. Torelli, a 5'11 senior from Dallas, Texas, is currently in the transfer portal. Has a couple of scouts coming in tonight and tomorrow, trying to find a new home. Good stop by French behind the dish. Keeps that one from finding the backstop. Torelli was a part of the All Lone Star Conference first team this last spring. Hack and a miss, and it's a full count. Was also on the NCBWA second team All South Central region team. Started in all 50 games, hit .410 with a .526 on base, and a line drive to right center drops in. 1 run scores. Here comes Gio from second. Wilson will hold up at third, and it's a 2-run double for Lucas Torelli. Kiefer takes third, and 2 more in scoring position for Clay Porter. Upstairs, Porter actually found out about the Sasquatch through Chase Scott. They were good friends in high school. And Clay had a really good season this last spring at Cal Poly, hit .300, few home runs. And when Peyton Fort said he had to head home, Chase gave him a call and said, "Hey, we've got an opening. You doing anything this summer?" Clay said, "Nope, and I'm also looking for a new team." So it ended up being a perfect chance for Clay to get in front of some teams, get some ABs. He's used all of his JUCO years, so he only has Division I eligibility left. So if he wants to keep playing, he's going to have to sign Division I. Popped up straight into the air, and it lands into the stands. Good save by the dad. Looked like it might have gotten a piece of one of the fans. One, two. Popped up again. Shallow center. Might stay in the infield shortstop. Valdivia makes the catch for out number 3. But not before the Squatch hang 6 in the bottom of the first. They take a 5-run lead. 6-1 Squatch, top of the second. Corey Kozad, Elijah Russell, Nikolai French to lead off the inning. Big 6-run first inning for the Squatch. They hit around. A single from Nick Work. Jordan Bowman, this one's off the glove of Work. And it'll be an infield single to lead off the top of the second for Corey Kozad. But there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base hits. 2 of them were for extra bases in that first inning by the Squatch. And those are the bats we're more used to seeing. Here's Elijah Russell. Slow roller doesn't work. Backhands it, throws to first in time to get him. Nice play by Nick Work coming in from the hot corner to make the play. I mean, he makes that look so easy, but it is really hard, especially with how deep he is playing down there at third, to come down into no man's land. Diego is probably closer, but because he's coming off the mound the other way, he has to go the opposite way he's falling to go and make that play. So Nick comes in, backhands it. A little bit of a bobble on the transfer, but a strong throw on the move to get Elijah Russell. Here's Nikolai French, the catcher, with a runner in scoring position and 1 down. Popped up, fouled away. And Nick has been a staple at third base. He's another guy that's going to be heading out here in about a week. And that's when we're really going to see some shuffling along the infield. Looks like Clay Porter will most likely move in at short as the backup for Ben Foyer, but could see him flip to second with third base being open once Nick Work leaves. Clay said he's played mostly shortstop and second base throughout his career, but this last spring when he was at Cal Poly Panama, they moved him to center field, and he actually ended up playing even better out there. Breaking ball drops in for a strike, nasty curveball from Diego. But his coaches told him, Clay, you've been making a mistake your whole career. You should have been in the outfield from the start. So he's hoping to get some reps out there, but right now with how thin this infield in for Spearfish, they need him playing shortstop, second base, might even play some at the hot corner. Kicks away from Gio up the third base line. Runner did not take off. Nice play by Gio to hold up the runner and keep that in front of him. Clay did say that he played a little bit of third base his first year of JUCO ball. It was very uncomfortable for him because he never played there before. Just kind of figured it out, tried to do his best. It's much more natural shortstop, second baseman, but again, according to his coach at Cal Poly, he is a really good center fielder and is probably where he should have been since he started his career. 2-0. Takes a strike. Great crowd today for fireworks night. Got our first responders beyond left center ready for it. Lifted out to deep left center. Going back is Finn in front of the warning track, makes the catch. Diego Strands, another runner in scoring position. It's 6-1 Squatch, bottom of the second when we come back.
My favorite thing about Macero's, it's the staff. The culture is unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Spot On has greatly reduced the time our managers spend on scheduling. The biggest advantage is its tip management. At a touch of a button, it instantly allocates tip pooling and tip splitting.
Our employees love it that as soon as we've done the tip distribution, they can see what they made yesterday. It's real straightforward. What you see is what you get, and that's what you want working in a restaurant. And with Spot On, you've got everything there at the tip of your fingers.
Have a great night. Spot On teamwork saves me so much time. I haven't spent a single minute in my back office this week. Teamwork simplifies employee communications, scheduling, tip outs, and payroll. It even syncs with my POS, so I know my data is accurate. All right, tips are out. In fact, teamwork has saved me so much time, I was able to take today off to film this.
Cut! Now remember, you really hate that back office.
Kyle Finn to lead off the bottom of the second in a 6-1 ball game. We were talking about Kyle's numbers his last time up. We didn't even talk about the biggest one. Leads the league in home runs with 8. Had 3 yesterday, 2 in game 1, 1 in game 2. And with Kyle, he didn't even know if he was going to play collegiate baseball when he graduated high school. Originally just went to San Diego State to study, but then he decided to go and try it out, played JUCO ball at Southwestern Community College in 2021. Then decided to go back to San Diego State just to study, but played club ball, which, again, if you don't know, Division I club ball is still very competitive because most of the guys that are on the team are kids that tried out Division I baseball but didn't make the team, or they're just right on the cusp of making the team. And Kyle Finn was one of the best players in the nation in club baseball. But he goes down swinging here for out number 1. But Finn hit .439 in club baseball, had 40 RBIs and 9 home runs. Transferred to Barstow Community College where he hit .420 with a .526 on base and 10 home runs. Then transferred to Saracoso Community College under the Sasquatch head coach, Justice Scott. And that's how he found out about Spearfish. Now in his second year here. And getting ready for Georgia Gwinnett, where he'll be playing baseball with Peyton Fort in 2026. He's been a true journeyman. And boy, has he been red hot these last few years. Popped up to shallow left. In comes Kozad. And it drops. Miscommunication, and Nick Work is going to take second base. Huge error and shallow left as Kozad came in. Valdivia and Fleck were also out there, and nobody seemed to want it. That'll bring up Sam Kwapnowski with a runner in scoring position and 1 down. There's been a lot of just those weird plays in this series, whether it's miscommunication or just missing a cutoff man or a missed call on the field. There's been a lot, but things have really turned around these last couple of days. Things have started to become a little more normal, but that play you just kind of scratch your head at and wonder what exactly happened. Quap had a double his first time up, came in to score. Ooh, nice play by Chase Scott on the foul ball. Bounced right to him, and he caught it one-handed nonchalantly, leaning on his bat. Now he's going to laugh. He knows that was cool. Even count 2-2 on Sam. Line drive caught by the second baseman. The throw to second is not in time as Work's able to get back. He frees on the line drive. Great catch by Smolinski at second. Hot off the bat, but right into the leather. Here's Jordan Bowman. The 6'5" redshirt sophomore from Las Vegas also attends Saracoso. Hitting .255 on the year with a .339 on base and a .471 slug. Umpire needs some more baseballs. Need that one that Chase Scott. Bowman's got 9 RBIs on the year and 10 runs to go along with 4 walks. He's hitting .235 with runners in scoring position this year. And he's got one in Nick Work on second. Strike at the bottom of the zone, and he falls behind 0-2. Chopper left side. Third baseman waits for it. Fires across the diamond for out number 3. The Squatch put a runner on, but unable to move him over. Still 6-1. Top of the third. Nebraska prospects coming to the plate. The Spearfish Sasquatch are in first place. Join us tomorrow night for Fireworks Night to celebrate the first half of this historic season at 6:05 p.m. The action doesn't stop there. The second half starts right away on Saturday with a 3-game series against the Plainsmen. Game 1 is Country Night presented by American Family Insurance Duval Agency. Sunday is Faith and Family Night presented by LaPrade Roofing and Construction. We cap off the series on Monday with First Responders Night. Catch all the action live on YouTube or head to SpearfishSasquatch.com and get your tickets today. Top of the order, Ripken Fleck, Jackson Schumacher, and Jacob Perrin to lead off the top of the third in a 6-1 ball game. The Squatch trying to sweep the Prospects at home. They won the first game when the Prospects were here a few weeks ago, and they've won all 3 games in this series so far. Ground ball to second, Kiefer has it and retires. Ripken Fleck. The Squatch will not play the Prospects the rest of the season. Their next series starts tomorrow against the Plainsmen baseball team. Game 1 starts at 6:05, and then they'll play the Zap twice before a 2-day break for 4th of July, and then they'll be back at home for I believe that is a 5-game stretch at home against the Spuds twice and the Bison baseball team 4 times. So busy couple of weeks here at the ballpark. No break after the first half ended well, after the first half ends tonight. The Squatch clinched their spot in the playoffs last night on a Phoenix Brant walk-off 3-run home run. But tomorrow, they'll be 0-0. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. I guess I don't know what happens if Spearfish wins the second half, too. I'm assuming just the second-place team will get the playoff spot. Should ask Eric about it. Full count, 1 down, top of the third. In a 6-1 ball game. Takes away for ball 4. Here's Jacob Perrin. Doubled his first time up in the first. Diego has been pretty consistent in not giving up too many walks. He's given up 8. The most he's had was 3 against Fremont toward the beginning of the season. This one's popped up down the third base line, but it will find the Nebraska bullpen. So the free bases today, a little bit of an anomaly. But for the most part, he's been producing the soft contact. Just 2 hits allowed so far. And 1 K, it's a backwards one. Hack and a miss. Falls behind 1-2. This summer for Diego, he's really wanted to focus on staying down in the zone. A lot of times he'll fly open and go upstairs. Here's a chopper up the middle. Porter charges, picks it up, throws to first in time. Great play by Clay Porter. Soft contact, and he came flying in from deep short. And in one smooth motion, goes glove to hand to out number 2. That's smooth. Valdivia fouls the first pitch off. I know his Cal Poly coach told him that he's going to be a really good center fielder, but boy, he's got a nice glove at shortstop. Seems comfortable. And that play, again, similar to what Nick Work did in the previous inning on that swinging bunt down the third base line. It's not an easy play to come in and on the move make that crossbody throw, but the left side of the infield has done that twice this game. Here's one pull to the right side. Bowman picks it up, fires to first. Diego's got to get there. He doesn't. Boy, close play, but it looked like Trujillo beat him by a step. But the field umpire, Jeremy Boar, says he did not. That moves Schumacher to third. I mean, Trujillo did get off the mound a little slow, but it looked like he still got there in time. But nonetheless, it's runners on the corners and 2 down for Kobe Hatcher. Kicks away from Gio. Here comes the runner from third. The play at the plate. Not in time. Wow. Runner now takes out for third. The throw to third. That's going to beat him by a mile. But the run does come in to score. That throw beat Schumacher by a lot, but Diego was off home plate and had to come down to tag him. And the home plate umpire, Nathan Montgomery, said that he didn't apply it. And then Valdivia, who had already taken second, thought, oh, they're arguing. Let me try and take third. That did not happen. Trujillo throws him out for sure. 6-2. The Sasquatch still up on the prospects. Bottom of the third when we come back.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Chase Scott, Gio Mastarosa, and Wilson Kiefer to lead off the bottom of the third in a 6-2 ball game. Interesting play to close out the top of the third as Diego thought he tagged out Schumacher at the plate after the pass ball, and the throw definitely beat him, but Diego was apparently just up the line enough that the runner was able to hit the plate first, and then Valdivia, who was standing on first, tried to take third after Diego was arguing with the umpire, and Trujillo was able to notice and throw him out pretty easily. So nonetheless, it's 6-2. And Scott takes a strike. It's 2-1. Chase, the son of the Spearfish head coach Justice Scott. He's also the head coach at Saracosa, where many of these players attend. Scott fouls it off. Bowman goes to Saracosa. Isaac Martinez goes there. I believe there's a few more that I'm missing. Ooh, watch out upstairs, and Scott's going to take first base. Kyle Finn also attended Saracosa, and then a new guy, Luis De Los Santos, who should be coming in here in the next few days, also attends Saracosa. Here's Gio Mastarosa, attends Capital University with a couple of his Sasquatch teammates, including Brian Young and Will Furry, both down in the bullpen. Gio and BY have been really good friends since high school. They played club ball together, and they didn't even know they were going to Capital together until they posted on social media. Here's a high fly ball deep to right field, but it'll be caught by Hatcher for out number 1. But they figured out through social media that they were actually going to the same college, and they've been battery mates for a long time. And they didn't really plan to come out to Spearfish together either, but their coach, who set it up for all three of the Capital guys, it just really worked out that BY and Gio have kind of gone through this baseball journey together. Here's Wilson Kiefer, the 6'1 freshman from Rapid City. Takes a strike, falls behind 0-2. Grew up playing on this field in high school. Now playing on it as a collegiate player. And he said it's really fun just because of how close it is to home. A lot of his family can come out to a lot of the games, other friends and family as well. Try to attend as many as they can, especially now that he's back from injury. Missed about a month of games, but was still around a lot and getting to know the guys. A good group of them actually go out to his cabin just across the border, about 20 minutes away in Wyoming. Convenient location. Tipped into the glove, and it's strike 3 on Wilson Kiefer. Not a real big motion from the home plate umpire, Nathan Montgomery.
No, they've all had their own kind of individual motions over the past couple of weeks.
I think overall most of them have, all their strikeout calls have been really
been a bit
quiet.
Tardy. Yeah. A bit
and
late.
tardy, yes.
Yeah.
Here's Lucas Torelli.
This ball's coming in at a hefty 68 miles per hour, I can only imagine.
If that.
It's just getting, it's like an eephus pitch.
Well, Aiden Martin, who's pitching for Nebraska, he'll throw those, but then speed up a little bit like he does there.
Right.
I mean, he's thrown even harder in this game.
Yeah.
I just don't really know what the thinking is behind throwing those eephus pitches, as he throws one there, and it's inside for ball 4.
Yeah, I mean, this has got to be boring for the players, right? It's the day after you clinch your playoff spot. It's a hot one. It's very warm on the field. You kind of want to just compete a little bit. Of course, if you get it done in 7, nobody's going to complain on this team, but
Clay Porter digs in with 2 on and 2 down. Has already been making an impact in his first couple of days. In a Spearfish uniform, pops this one up to left. Over is Kozad. Loses his hat and makes the catch. The Squatch strand a couple of runners, but they lead it 6-2. The Prospects coming back to the plate in the top of the 4th, but they trail by 4. See if they can wake up the bats here in this inning. Kobe Hatcher, Corey Kozad, and Elijah Russell to lead off the top of the 4th in a 6-2 ball game. Diego kicks and fires to a strike at the top of the zone. Lifted out to right. In comes Kwapnoski, and he makes the catch.
Sam's been a killer in right field. He's had a couple of really nice throws. One came yesterday. He's had some great, phenomenal plays. I know Hoppy was pitching a couple just about a week ago, actually, and Sam made a Superman-esque diving catch out in right field as well. So really nice to have number 23 out there.
I mean, he's been a staple out there, whether it's in right field, center field, left field, first base, as we saw last night.
Yeah.
You need him somewhere on the field with how good his glove is, but his bat is even better. Here's Corey Kozad at the plate with nobody on and 1 down. That one's away. Trujillo has gone 3 1/3 so far, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 walks to 1 strikeout. He's thrown 52 pitches now, might get 53.
And I'll tell you, Diego is rightfully frustrated after that last inning. He has the one play where he's almost got the guy out at first, and then on top of that, of course, he tags the guy out at home and still called safe. He obviously threw some of that frustration into that throw to third base. You could tell he whipped that one about 85 over to third.
Still able to get the out on the play, but ultimately a run comes in to score.
Yeah.
And Corey Kozad finds himself in a full count. He is the beer batter tonight. So if he strikes out, it's $2 off beer for the fans in attendance.
They're going to love this one on a hot day.
Full count. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And the fans are happy about that one.
I bet it's always a fun little inside joke of the players, too. They're like, you better get him out.
Oh, yeah.
My mom and dad are in the stands. It's hot. Get him some beer. That's fun stuff.
Ground ball, right side. Kiefer charges and has out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the prospects in order. 6-2, bottom of the 4th. We're rolling here in Spearfish. Kyle Finn to lead off the bottom of the 4th in a 6-2 ball game. In his second year with the Sasquatch, and if he wasn't a fan favorite already, he definitely is now. 8 home runs on the year. Word got around yesterday that the program record is 11 in a single season, so he's on pace to shatter that record if he continues his tear. He's over 2 tonight, though. Pop out in the first. He struck out his last time up. Takes 3 straight outside the zone.
Yeah, and for a guy like Kyle who can thrive off the good fastball, you don't know what he's going to do with this ball.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch the 4th one go by, 4 in a row. Kyle's not super happy. He got intentionally walked last night. Of course, you know, he had already hit 3 home runs in the day, so I guess we can understand that logic. But as a guy who has a big bat and is hitting phenomenally, it's always frustrating when you don't even get a pitch to swing at.
I will say, I've been intentionally walked once.
Yeah?
My freshman year of high school, I was 4 for 4 at the plate, and the game-winning run was at third base. And I had a 3-0 count on me, and the coach said, don't even throw him another pitch.
Hey, that's a good feeling.
It was funny because I was the 9-hole hitter, too, and I had been all year. The next game, I was leadoff.
That's hilarious.
I was hiding down there.
You were just waiting for someone to see the potential.
It just took the other team to do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's going to pull the prospects coach out of the dugout after Nick Work gets plunked.
I mean, what do you say to a position player on the mound? When you
throw it slower? I mean,
right. Just try to throw it across the I mean, are you trying? I'm not trying to throw shots, right? But, like, are you trying?
You just feel bad for a team like this who is just out here trying to play baseball, but you don't have a ton of guys with you because of the nature of this team. And with only 4 real pitchers on the travel squad, you're going to have to throw some position guys. And according to the coach, when I went down and talked to him, this kid's arm already wasn't feeling that great. Didn't know if he was even going to be able to go for the start. But he's out here trying to eat up some innings for his team and hit the bus to get back to Nebraska and the Omaha area. First, you'll have to face Sam Kwapnoski. Ground ball right side, eaten up by the first baseman, Elijah Russell, for the out.
Moves a couple guys over in a scoring position. Chase Scott will come up and made a really nice play right by the dugout earlier.
He did.
In the hole or on deck, I couldn't tell, but he snagged that foul ball pretty nicely.
Here's Jordan Bowman. Takes away. We've already talked a little bit about Bowman, but he just finished up another year at Saracoso Community College. He is on his way to Cumberland's College in next spring. He's a true two-way player as well, along with Diego. Has a fastball that sits low to mid-80s. Here's a chopper up the middle. Shortstop Valdivia picks it up and throws out Bowman, but he picks up an RBI.
That's a really nice play.
It is.
That's I mean, AJ, we've seen a couple of those today. Sasquatch have had one or no, they've definitely had 2. I forgot if they had 3 or not, but just coming forward there and throwing on the run. That's a really nice baseball play right there from Valdivia.
We've seen some pretty good defense from the infield on both sides this week. Of course, for Nebraska, they wish that they could have a few more nice defensive plays with how things have been going this week.
Yeah.
But you got to give credit where credit is due. The infield, and especially Mike Valdivia, has had a pretty good week at the plate and defensively. He's been one of the few names for the prospects that we've consistently been pointing out. He went 1 for 2 in Game 2 last night and was 1 for 3 in Game 1. Scott pops it up shallow center. Smolinski and shallow right center makes the catch. So the Squatch plate another as Kyle Finn is walked and comes in to score on the ground out from Jordan Bowman. 7-2, top of the 5th when we come back.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Diego Trujillo back out for another inning of work. To lead off the top of the 5th is Nikolai French, the catcher. First pitch popped up. Porter is back there to make the catch.
AJ are moving quick, as we just talked about. I mean, this is the top of the 5th already. It's 7-2. If the Squatch were to happen to get 5 more runs and hold the Prospects to just 2, we could be done in the next 45 minutes. We'll see, of course, as the sun will not set for a little bit longer than that, and we got a fireworks night on our hands.
Well, you got to give credit to Aiden Martin. I mean, he hasn't been throwing the hardest, more lob to get in there, but he's produced a lot of soft contact. And
Yeah, he has.
I mean, comparatively to the rest of the series, has only given up 7 runs. When you compare that to the 23 to whatever win
Yeah.
to open up the series and the 22 to whatever win we had last night.
Yep.
It was 23-4 in game 1 this
And
series.
11-8 last night.
And then 22-6 in game 1.
And then
I mean, the 11-8 win was
just a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, the 11-8 win was the most exciting one. And again, it was a position player on the mound, not throwing very hard.
Well, how about the first game we played against them too a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, they
22-7 in that one.
Yep.
But you're right. The position player was not throwing hard at all. But he threw 9 innings or 7 innings. Pardon me.
Ground ball to the shortstop Porter. Low throw gets by Bowman. Smolinski will take first base on the error.
There's definitely one of the main themes we kind of bring up when it comes to summer ball is just having chemistry with your guys. Bowman's been here for a little bit. Obviously, Porter has not. Now, that was more of a strength issue on that arm. Maybe just, I don't know, depth perception. Thought he had it and he didn't. But obviously, you want to talk with your first baseman and say, all right, if I'm going to miss, like, I mean, you had enough time to get that there, honestly. It wasn't a rush throw, but.
Yeah, would love to see that a little bit up, but good stop by Gio behind the dish to keep it in front of him. Kept Smolinski at first. But, of course, you're going to have those plays where it just slips out a little weird.
Right.
Or you pull it a little more. It looked like Porter pulled that throw.
Yeah.
And obviously it went low and nothing Bowman could do besides give it a honest try. Here's the 2-2 to the leadoff hitter, Ripken Flack. Just misses low.
Only 2-0, actually. The
2-0.
scoreboard just got reset.
I'm sorry. I need to look at your count more than the scoreboard sometimes.
You're good.
Called a strike on the outside corner. Caught Fleck leading. Skips in the dirt. Another good stop by Gio. He's been great behind the dish tonight so far. He's kept almost everything in front of him. Only a couple just sneaking between the wickets. But he's kept everything in front and up the third baseline, especially on lefties, which Nebraska has a lot of. It's really nice that you can see the field clearly. Ground ball to Kiefer. Flips to second for one. Oh, it goes wide. Runner takes off for third as the ball is rolling into shallow left. Runner takes off for second. No throw from Finn.
Again, just one of those errors that I think maybe you're overthinking it and thinking ahead. I'm going to field this, and it's going to be an easy double play, and you just kind of slips your mind to put that ball on target there. You could see immediately Kiefer threw it and slammed his hands down in the dirt. Knew that was a self-error.
That'll bring up Jackson Schumacher. Excuse me, that is, oh, no, that is Jackson Schumacher. I had it right. But again, I mean, you're absolutely right, Wirtzy. Kiefer, that play is probably pretty routine.
Yeah.
But he waited back on it and then almost leaned back to throw it.
Yep.
And he flew his arm open and ended up throwing it into left field. Hack and a miss. Falls behind 0-2. And it's frustrating. We've talked to a lot of the pitchers on this team about those errors piling up, and it's frustrating as a pitcher because you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
The soft contact. But also we have a lot of different guys, either coming back from injury in Wilson's case or some new faces in the terms of Clay Porter, who hasn't played a lot this summer. He was sitting on his couch when he got the text from Chase saying, hey, we got an opening. Want to come play some ball?
Yeah.
Next thing he knows, he's in his car driving out to Spearfish, South Dakota. Ooh, watch out. Up and in on Schumacher.
Well, then we could talk about the catcher situation. We've been talking about this four-headed snake that we're going to have for a week, and all of a sudden, Gio's going to leave us soon and another broken collarbone, and we're back down to 2.
Yeah, it was.
Fractured collarbone, pardon me.
Yep, fractured from Jayton, which really unfortunate, but he was in decent spirits when I went down and talked to him about it. He said at least it came now and not towards the end of the season where he's getting ready to go to San Diego, and now he has to start he has to start on the couch in a sling rather than at least getting started with his rehab by the time he gets to San Diego.
Right.
And his mom hasn't left yet, so he's just able to hop on a plane with her. Not have to get a whole other plane ticket. Full count, ground ball up the middle. Porter charges, picks it up, throws to first. Good stretch by Bo to get him. Run does come in to score from third. That's Smolinski. Ripken takes third. And now the coach is going to pop out of the dugout to ask if Bo came off the bag.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it, to be honest with you. It's more of a – I mean, he definitely came off the bag soon after, if not during that play. It kind of depends on if he had his foot pressed against it.
Now the coach is asking for the field umpire to appeal home plate to see if he had a better angle of it. Now they're going to talk about it. It was definitely close if Bo was able to hold his foot on, and he did, according to the umpires. So it's out number 2. Good stretch from Bo. And again, I mean, that's not an easy play for the shortstop, and Porter made it look easy. Here's Jacob Perrin with a runner on third and 2 down upstairs. Perrin is 1 for 2, doubled his first time up, grounded out in the third. Hack and a miss. Chopper right back to the mound. Diego comes off, fields it, throws to first in time. Strands the runner on third, but the prospects do get one back on a couple of errors by the defense. 7-3, bottom of the 5th when we come back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Now taking over on the mound is another position player, Mike Valdivia. Has not made an appearance out of the bullpen yet, so his first outing. Aiden Martin threw 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Also hit 3 guys. Through 85. Here is Gio Mastrosa to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Squatch leading 7-3. Cooper Smith now joins us up in the press box. Coop, it's just been a weird few days, but really good crowd tonight for fireworks night.
Yeah, everyone always decides to come out for firework night. We do battle a little bit with downtown Friday nights that they have here in Spearfish. Hopefully going to take part in that if we get out of here in a jiffy. But it's a good crowd for especially battling with another big event in Spearfish.
Well, it's always fun when there's a lot going on in a town.
Yeah.
You got plenty of options to go somewhere and get involved. Gio takes a strike and he looks back there. He's like, hey, that was definitely low. But it's called a strike.
For as many runs that have been scored, it has been a pretty efficient game tonight.
Well, you have to give credit to these position players, I guess, taking the mound. Comparatively to the other couple of games where the Squatch put up 20-plus runs, they've relatively kept the Sasquatch off the board.
Yeah, these past 2 games, they've definitely done better. I think that just comes with seeing guys more often.
Oh, that hit Kiefer's bat.
Yeah, if he takes the bat down there, he's walking to first. Uncharacteristic error last night from Kiefer. Luckily, it didn't come to bite us too bad. They only scored 1.
Yeah, making his comeback after the injury from about a month ago. Flips one out to shallow right. Out goes Russell as well as Smolinski. He lays out and it drops.
It's good awareness there by Gio. He's sitting right in between. He knew he could get back even if it was a catch, but got to second in time and there, didn't get thrown out. It's great base running there.
They're going to give him the hit. Our stats intern, Luke, gave him the hit.
I'd say it's a hit. There's a little – they just lost it. Wasn't a routine play that they dropped or anything like that.
It would have been tough for Russell to go out there. I mean, Hatcher was pretty deep and right, so it would have been tough. Here's the leadoff hitter, Lucas Terrell, and he gets hit in the front shin.
1 inning too early again for our 10 grand giveaway, unfortunately. But with Kyle Finn on deck, it looks like they're going to have to pitch to him this time. Last at bat, they threw four pitches in the dirt.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week for Finn. I mean, he had the 3 home runs, but ever since then they've been pitching around him and not giving him too much to hit. Here's Clay Porter, had his first base hit in a Sasquatch uniform last night. In the bottom of the 7th was the catalyst to those 5 runs.
Yeah, I was over by the dugout last night in the top of the 7th, and Kyle Finn was due up in that inning, and I was over there standing, and the coach was standing there, and he goes, "We're not pitching to the big kid." And so, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I'm sure he gets frustrated because he just wants to go out there and swing the bat, show what he can do, especially with a few scouts in the stands tonight, but just hasn't been given that opportunity yet.
Well, also with how good he's been swinging the bat, you want to see everything you can and stay on that hot streak. You don't want to start to be iced and go cold.
Yeah, well, it hopefully looks like this next at bat he'll get some pitches to swing at.
Porter takes ball 4. That'll drive in a run.
Unfortunately, could be Gio's final run of his Sasquatch career for this summer. It is his last game today.
It's been a great summer with Gio. He's a favorite down the dugout, always brings the smiles. Really funny guy to talk to.
Incredible kid. I mean, he's just so nice. He's just funny. He does everything right and is also just one of the nicest guys to be around.
Here is Kyle Finn with the bases juiced.
Be interested to see here if they're just going to walk in another one and try to extend the game because, I mean, a grand slam here, it's looking like it could be over in 7.
Ground ball back to the pitcher. Valdivia flips to second for 1. The relay across in time. Nice play by Valdivia, who moves from short to the mound, turns 2, but Finn does pick up an RBI.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the advantage of having position players on the mound. They're used to having a hot shot come right back at them, especially a guy that plays short.
Nick Work with a runner on third and 2 down, 9-3 the score now after the double play turned, but did score a run because the bases were loaded. Work is 2 for 2 today. Single in the first, double in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth. And Valdivia has been one of the bright spots for Nebraska this week. He's been swinging a pretty good bat, and his glove has been electric at short. And as we just saw, and as you just pointed out, position players can field the mound pretty well.
Yeah, I think that's one of their biggest advantages with having to throw so many position players out there on the mound is, you know, they're not going to be the most perfect pitchers in a sense. They're not going to throw the high heat. They're not going to have great stuff, but it adds an extra infielder. So you pretty much have 5 guys fielding on the infield at this point. 6 guys if you want to count the catcher.
And especially with how weak the contact has been from Spearfish with these position players on the mound, you kind of need that extra defender out there because a lot of the weak contact isn't reaching the dirt.
I think one thing that when we played Hastings, we saw they're more of a small ball team. I'm interested to see how the rest of their games play out because they do bunt a lot, but with Hastings throwing these with Nebraska throwing these position players, it'd be interesting to see how well small ball would work against this lineup.
You got position players coming off the mound. Don't need to practice too many PFPs if they're so comfortable fielding a ball.
PFPs are one of my favorite things in baseball. I personally am a Braves fan. Max Fried is one of the best pitchers to do a PFP in the league, and it just looks so textbook every time he does it.
Oh, we talk to Evan Luke about it all the time because at Central Missouri, they hammer it into their pitchers. He said yesterday on the broadcast they will do 15 minutes of PFPs, and you're the only guy on the mound, and you get about 100 reps in 15 minutes. And if you make even one error, you're getting your butt chewed out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a very underrated part of baseball. You have those soft dribblers every now and then that you do need to field, and so I think drilling those in, especially at a young age, and while you're still developing those skills, is going to be huge because you're just going to pick it up naturally as the more you do it.
And that was another talking point earlier. It's not like these position players that are coming into pitch have never thrown on the mound before. Typically in Little League, everyone is asked to pitch. Everyone in high school has at least tried pitching. So it's not like these guys are totally uncomfortable, as Bowman is beaned. That's going to bring in another run with the bases loaded. But these guys at least should have some form of comfortability out there. But with how the game has changed and POs and you are either a pitcher or you're on the field and hitting, these guys don't want to hurt their arms by throwing as hard as they can on the mound and giving their team a chance.
Yeah, I mean, as you saw last night, we had a guy trying to just figure it out. Evan Luke, I believe, who hurt what he's saying is UCL.
Yeah, we'll see.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with him.
And you have guys going out there that are just trying to battle.
Back-to-back hit by pitches.
Yeah,
brings in another.
You have guys out there going to just try to battle through injuries and just throwing as hard as they can. And you, as a position player, you don't ever want to get put out of play because you're getting put on the mound to pitch and you do something and you mess up.
Well, Gio's going to have another at bat. His last game in Spearfish. He's going to be heading home after this. Comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 down in the bottom of the fifth. 11-3 the score. First pitch grounded left side. Third baseman picks it up and throws it on to first to get Gio for out number 3. But the Squatch tack on 4 more runs and they lead it 11-3. Top of the 6th when we come back.
my lover.
Now pitching for your Spearfish Sasquatch from San Diego, California, and the University of San Diego. He hit the walk-off home run last night. Number 16, Phoenix Brand.
Mike Valdivia to lead off the top of the sixth, an 11-3 ball game. He was on the mound, was also at shortstop, and now is hitting at the plate. Now throwing for the Spearfish Sasquatch is Phoenix Brandt. The hero last night hit the walk-off 3-run home run, and now takes over on the mound. Is just 17 years old, graduated high school a few weeks ago, is attending the University of San Diego for his true freshman year this upcoming fall. And he has been very impressive in his just first couple of days. Here's a shot to right field, but Quap is there for out number one.
I mean, Phoenix is a guy that, especially with the loss of Evan Luke, he might step up into that starter spot. We don't know. We don't know much about him, but he's a guy that is definitely going to be able to help fill that void. I mean, from what I've heard, he tops out at 94 and has some nasty breaking stuff as well.
Does.
And just at 17 years old, this kid's already made a lasting impression here in Spearfish.
And we talked about it last night. He's only 17. He's already a pretty tall and big dude. And just wait until he hits that freshman year, that weight plan at a Division I college. This kid is going to balloon up and be a true monster in the upcoming years.
Yeah, I think this kid could really be a problem. It's definitely someone to look out for when climbing up the draft boards here in the next, 3-4 years.
I mean, he's a true two-way player. Showed off the power last night. Started in right field and has an electric arm on the mound. Didn't get the call there, but a nice breaking ball that just missed.
That's unfortunate. That's been a strike for most of the night, sitting at that spot. So I think he hit his spot there.
The 2-1. Tapper right side. Phoenix comes off the mound, flips to first. And talking about PFPs, how about Phoenix Brent?
Routine ground ball.
Here's Corey Kozad, the beer batter. He struck out his last time up and has a chance to do it again here and give another inning of $2 off beer for the fans.
Always nice that. Thanks to the Lodge of Deadwood for having us as a sponsor.
There's that heater. Misses low, check to swing. He did not go around, says the field umpire, Jeremy Boar. Corey 1 for 2 today. He did single in the second. Inside, 2-0.
There it is.
Would love to be able to get a velo gun on his on what this fastball is coming in at. Fouled off.
Can we get a velo when he throws his fastball again?
2-2. Kozad digs in. Brant ready at the hip. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Phoenix Brant picked up a strikeout in a 1-2-3 inning in his debut on the mound for the Sasquatch. Well, he made a heck of an impression last night in his debut. At the plate, and now makes an impression in his debut on the mound. 11-3 Squatch, bottom of the 6th when we come back. Welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium. Now joining us up in the press box is the third-year vet, Seth Nelson.
How we doing, everybody?
Seth, last go-around here with the Sasquatch, and last night, for the first time in program history, you guys clinched the first half, and your celebration was carrying out a chair.
Dude, yeah, the chair's undefeated. It happened coincidentally. The last time we walked it off, I was just sitting there chilling, and, it happened to work that time, and I thought, why not try it again? As soon as I sat down, that bottom half, I knew we were winning. I knew it was coming.
I've heard the term perfect sit.
Yeah, I wasn't going for the perfect sit. That's more of a pitcher thing because they're usually unlocked for most of the game. Mine wanders and not real athletes, so they get to just kind of do whatever they want.
Well, how about Phoenix Brant, though, on the mound?
Oh, dude's an animal. Dude hasn't even broke the legal age of 18 yet and just did something I don't think I've ever done in my career last night. And then to come out and pitch today is can't put it into words.
It's been an electric debut for the young 17-year-old. And he's only played technically 3 games. He got 1 at-bat in the first game yesterday, ripped a triple his first time up.
Yeah.
And then to walk it off and then a 1-2-3 inning on the mound. I've heard he tops out 94-95.
What can I say, man? SoCal guys are different. What can I say? Yeah, he's got a long, bright future ahead of him, and being a part of a team that he's on in Spearfish, South Dakota, I'm glad to be a part of it and get to keep up with him for the years to come.
I was going to say, it's only been a few days, but have you been able to talk to him a little bit?
Yeah, I've talked to him here and there. You got to let the new guys get adjusted. You don't want to overcrowd them too much when they get out here. Let them ease in a little bit, but, he's a good kid, good head on his shoulders, and I think a lot of exciting stuff is going to come out of his career down the road. I mean, last night already. Yeah. So I don't know what else is to come, but he's going to USD next year. I don't know if they're going to keep him as a two-way, but, I mean, whatever they have him do, it's looking good.
Here is Clay Porter, another new face in the dugout, just got in yesterday and was the catalyst to that 7th inning, had his first hit.
Yeah, I think he had, 11, 12 pitch at bat to lead that
it was
off.
crazy.
Yeah. This kid's going to be playing the game for a long time, too.
Misses upstairs. Mike Valdivia back out for another inning of work on the mound. I mean, what do you got to do as a hitter when you're facing guys that are position players and they're lobbing it in there?
as a hitter, you kind of just got to take it with a grain of salt and not let it get to you too much. Sit back and, hope to get something you could drive. But other than that, it's really wait till they can get something over the plate for the most part. Not trying to do too much. I think that's the biggest key to it. As soon as you try to treat it like a real pitcher, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, here's a guy that hasn't been shooting himself in the foot much this season, Kyle Finn.
I partially take responsibility for Finn's day yesterday.
Okay.
Because without my shoulder injury, he don't play game 1. Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. Kyle Finn is my boy. He will laugh at that joke because he knows how good he is.
He was more looking for at least one off game.
Yeah, and I told him, dude, we need your bat. Get up, get swinging. And then he just goes and does the thing. So no complaints out of him, no complaints out of me.
3 home runs in the span of 14 innings. He's been on an absolute tear.
Another thing I've not done in my career. It's very impressive.
Ropes this one foul.
Finn's a guy where you just know wherever he's hitting it, it's getting hit hard. And as a experienced ball player, as soon as you see the lift under that ball with his swing, you know it's gone, and it's fun to watch.
Even count, 2-2, 2 down. Porter on first. Valdivia comes set. Fires. Called a strike at the top of the zone, and Finn goes down looking.
Yeah, like right there. There's no argument out of it. He knows it's not a strike. Everybody in the park knows it's not a strike. It's all right.
It's 11-3. We're cruising into the 7th when we come back.
Gadgets Tech in Spearfish, your one-stop electronics store for computers, phones, tablets, and more. Helping with tonight's game with quick, dependable service and the newest technological advancements. Gadgets Tech has you covered whether you need a repair, an upgrade, or simply some professional guidance. For additional information, visit gadgetstech.com or stop by their Main Street location. Gadgets Tech is local, reliable, and constantly connected. That's Gadgets Tech in Spearfish. Coming in on the bullpen for your Spearfish Sasquatch tonight from Plano, Texas, and St. Edward's University. Let's give it up for number 38, Jackson Peters.
Now entering the game for the Sasquatch is the Grim Reaper. Jackson Peters comes out of the bullpen in an 11-3 ball game. Top of the 7th. He'll face Elijah Russell, Nikolai French, and Jake Smolinski. Russell is 0 for 2 today with a couple of groundouts. Seth, you and Jackson have played a couple of years here together.
Yeah, me and Jackson have grown pretty close over these last 2 summers. Good guy to grow close with.
He's got a funky delivery.
Oh, it hurts my elbow every time I watch him.
I feel like it hurts my
God.
front shin, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that just hurts.
Have you ever faced him?
Oh, no. I've said it multiple times. I'm very glad we're teammates. I would not enjoy facing Jackson, and I'm glad I don't have to.
If you had to get in the box against him for one at-bat, what would you do?
Honestly, my main approach would be crowd the dish and hope to take one off the elbow. I don't think I'd be able to put a good swing on it.
Would you want to take one off the elbow when it's coming in that hot?
I'd have to just borrow one of our catcher Carson's elbow guards. That's red, not blue, but yeah, I would just hope to deflect it off of that. And then I would laugh at him running to first base. I think he's only given up, 3 hits this summer? 4 hits?
Let's look at his numbers.
A single extra base hit. That was an accident of a swing.
He has not given up a run. He has 27 strikeouts to 5 walks. I don't know how many hits. We don't have it here on the sheet, but his whip is a .67.
Yeah, for the folks at home, we have a term for that, and it's called video game numbers. He's basically a my-created player of MLB The Show.
And then you get a mod to download whatever his pitch mechanics are.
And you have the difficulty set to rookie, and he just deals. But he's used to it. No, he's in all seriousness, he's an older guy, very experienced player. He's been around the game for a while. He knows his delivery, he knows his mechanics, he knows his game, and it's really fun to watch Jackson go out there and compete.
Picks up a backwards K.
Like right there, that's an experienced pitch call. I don't know if it's him or Gio calling it, but to backdoor that after pushing 2 inside is an experienced thing to do, knowing he's not going to get a swing on it. And even if it was, it'd most likely be a comebacker right to him with a barrel out. And, yeah, he knows what he's doing up there. He's fun to watch.
Well, it definitely helps when he has his old man in his corner who was in the Montreal Expos minor league system.
Yeah, his dad's also been around the game for a really long time. And obviously he's grown up with a good coach in his ear, letting him know what to do, how to do it, how to act on the mound. And that's another thing about Jackson's game. If anybody notices, he carries himself with an amount of poise and maturity on the mound that I think is a great thing for a leader and to show the rest of our younger guys how to do it. I try to do it in the box, and sometimes my emotions get the best of me. I'm not going to lie, but if you watch Jackson, he doesn't get a pitch call he doesn't like. He doesn't complain. He doesn't say anything. Just give me the ball back. I'll do it again. And that's a big thing. That's a really big thing in this game.
And he just loves the game so much. After every game, he'll come up to me and already be looking at his clips and breaking down what he was doing pitch by pitch.
Don't get me wrong. Jackson loves himself, but I don't blame him. I don't blame him. If every time I get a base hit, even a walk, I want to watch it over and over. So he's got the right to do it, and I don't blame him for it. Like right there, throws a not good pitch. So what? Give me another ball. I'll do it again. Now watch. I guarantee this is going to be some paint.
Nikolai French is the batter. Here comes the 3-0.
Yep, painted.
Boom.
Knew it. 3-0, doesn't care. Give me the ball back, do it again.
So what's your prediction here, 3-1?
3-1, I feel like the kid's confident enough to take a swing, but I'm either going to say swing and a miss or a foul ball, if it does. Yep.
All right, Mr. Fortune Teller.
Been around this game too long. I think I'm going to call it on that. Let these other guys get a word in. AJ, it was great being up here.
Appreciate it, Nelly.
For the fans at home, Spearfish, I love you guys. See you guys soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Seth. How am I supposed to? Yeah, Carson, I don't know how you're going to follow that up. Full count, 1 down, nobody on. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Back-to-back Ks for Jackson Peters. And a guy who, Carson, have you caught Jackson yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, now I got to get the catcher's perspective. Seth knows him off the field pretty well, but you've actually caught Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like trying to catch that thing out there?
Oh, it's scary. I mean, he was talking about as a hitter not want to step in, but as a catcher, it's one of those where it's scary, but it's so fun because it's a nice challenge.
What was your first conversation like with him when you got here? Because you were a guy that came in a few weeks later. Did you pick the brains of Owen and Gio to understand a little bit more about him?
Actually, Jackson was one of the first people I've ever talked to on this team. He actually approached me at the Zap Stadium because we met him in Pierre. And he was just a friendly guy from the start. Wanted to get to know me, wanted to let me know what he likes as a pitcher, and, building that connection pitcher to catcher right away was something that we worked well together.
The 0-2 misses away, and it's 1-2. That last fastball, not that last one that missed, but the one that was called a strike, has been relayed back. 91 on the radar gun.
Yeah, when you're a catcher and you're seeing that at 91, it's got a little bit of sink to it.
Strike 3, backwards K.
As a hitter, that's all you can do right there is just see that and skip right back to the dugout.
got to hope and pray when you're facing the Grim Reaper. 3 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3. Down go the prospects as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
So surprising. So untamed. So much historical fame. So much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags. Hit the road. Strike gold. Deadwood is waiting. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Nick Work to lead off the bottom of the 7th. He'll be followed by Sam Kwapnoski and Jordan Bowman. Carson Rather joining us up in the press box was relieved after Seth Nelson said his ears got too sweaty. First pitch to Nick Work on the new pitcher, Kobe Hatcher, making his first appearance on the mound this season. And Carson, you've had a interesting week as well. To go along with the lopsided scores, you've been hit a lot. How are you feeling?
A little bit tender here and there, but overall, been moving. Went on a hike today, getting the blood flow back and feeling good.
Good. And we've been saying every time you come up that the over-under is that you're going to, or I guess not over-under, but the bet is that you're going to hit.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. My mom told me to get the magnet out of my pants, but
but it's worked out.
Yeah.
It's worked out. Like last night, you got hit by a pitch, and you were on base. I believe it was for Brant's home run, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, it's working. So if that's your way to get on base, and you're a tough guy. I mean, you're a catcher. You can take them.
Yeah, we call those doses at school, and if you skate, you don't want to hear. You won't hear the end of it. So, trying to get back in the mindset of just not just another at bat, but you're still competing up there and getting on base for the team.
Here is Sam Kwapnoski, who drove in the game-tying run last night in the bottom of the 7th. How about that win last night?
Oh, it was fun to be a part of. You know, it was hard to see a very talented young player get hurt like that. But, like, getting JJ to flip the switch of the energy of the team, absolutely electric. I mean, that thing wouldn't have been done without him. He brought the energy to his appearance, and he just carried on into the team. Oh, wow.
Bowman a drive. No doubt about it. He'll watch it fly way out of here. 2-run shot for Bo. And the Squatch take a 10-run lead in the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to end the ball game. Back-to-back walk-offs in the 7th inning by the Sasquatch. This one comes by the 10-run rule.
I better get down there.
Yeah, get down there and celebrate, Mr. Rather. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, that's one way to do it. Jordan Bowman, his 3rd home run of the season. And it's a walk-off via the mercy rule. And there was no doubt about it.
Yeah, Bowman popped some extra juice into that one, absolutely.
boy.
That was great. That was great.
And that's going to end the series. The Sasquatch sweep the Prospects at home. And they sweep the series, the season series. All 5 games, the Sasquatch defeat the Prospects. And 2 of them were walk-offs in some form or fashion.
Yeah. Some very, very fun games to have here in Black Hills. In the Black Hills. Black Hill Mountains.
Hill Mountains.
They're still going to run the Sasquatch 400 here, so we'll show you guys the starting line and have them come around.
I mean, because it normally happens after the 7th inning, and they were prepared for it.
Well,
but then Bowman had other plans.
Now the big question is, are you wasting your fireworks tonight, or are you postponing? We'll see. The Squatch are off.
The sun is still up, so we'll see if we have fireworks night. Oh, wow. Look at that Sasquatch out in front.
Oh, he's moving. He's moving.
Rounds third. Here he comes down the home stretch.
Oh, he's got a cramp. He's limping.
Oh,
he's
boy.
limping. He
Right
hasn't
at
crossed the
end.
line.
Oh, never crossed.
That's, I don't know. Some may say he gave up right there. Others call it bribery.
He threw it through the race.
Shoeless.
Call off the bets.
Shoeless Joe Squatchson. Yep.
Well.
Anyways.
13-3 the final. A mercy rule victory for the Squatch in all 4 games. All 5 games against Nebraska this season have ended in 7 innings. An exciting week of baseball, an exciting series where the Squatch clinched their playoff spot. And Jordan Bowman closes Game 4 of this 4-game series with a 2-run home run to walk it off.
That's about it.
That's about it.
That's about it. We'll be back here, for the next couple games. Obviously, we got a long stretch ahead, but that's obviously first place. And if it didn't mean anything yesterday, it meant something today. You absolutely solidify it. You sweep the Prospects. Those are the only games we'll play against them the entire year. That first one, that was supposed to be 2 games and only 1, and then these 4. So 5-0 versus Nebraska this year. And that'll do it for our battle against Nebraska. And they're short. I mean, they don't have a very big team. I don't know what you want to call it. They don't have many horses.
No.
They got a small rotation of 13-15.
But they put up a fight last night.
They did.
And ultimately, the Squatch are able to sweep. They'll now prepare for a 3-game series against the Plainsmen, which starts tomorrow. And then they'll open up the month of July with a couple of games against the Zap before that 2-day break. But overall, I mean, this is how the first half ends for the Squatch. A sweep of the Nebraska Prospects. And they're currently, after these 4 games, on a 6-game win streak with the Plainsmen coming in. Should be a fun series as we flip the page to the second half. It's a clean slate. And for Sasquatch fans, normally they're battling for a playoff spot in the second half rather than the first, so there's a lot more pressure in the second half. But this season, completely different. So we'll see how the second half shakes out, but let's celebrate the first. 13-3 the final here in Game 4 of this series against the Prospects. Don't go anywhere. We'll have an assistant coach come up and break it all down when we come back. Welcome back to the ballpark. 13-3 the final. Another Mercy Rule win for the Sasquatch against the Prospects. Assistant coach Matt Gonzalez now joins up in the press box for the first time.
Yep,
this
had to
season.
come out, show up one time. Couldn't do as many. I liked the in-game interviews last year, but it's a little tougher being a third base coach, so can't really just leave there. But glad to be here. Should be fun.
Heck yeah! I mean, it was an interesting series to say the least, with how Game 1 went with the umpires and things like that, but also the lopsided scores. But ultimately, you guys secure the first half.
Right.
What does that mean to you as a former player?
It's awesome. I'm happy for the guys. I mean, they've worked hard, and we had a really high-quality group of guys, both on the field and off the field. It's such great people to be around, and people that you want to surround yourself with. And it's easy coming to summer ball and it's like, oh, it's about me, or I want to get this, or I want to do this. But I think a lot of these guys have done a great job of buying into, honestly performing for these fans. So, it brings a lot of encouragement seeing how many people show up every day and want to see us win and have success, and I think that fuels them a little bit. And the leadership we have on our team has also been ran really well, making sure guys stay in the games. T. Millie was a huge guy for us in the dugout, and that sucks, and so is Gio and Nick, so losing them is going to be tough. But overall, great group of guys.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch this team this first half. Of course, hoping it continues here in the second half, getting ready for the playoffs. But let's talk about this game tonight. Got a good start with 6 runs in that first inning. Really good pitching across the board. We got to see Phoenix Brant for the first time. What's it been like getting to know him these first few days?
I love all my California guys. Being able to, share some of those experiences and I'll take a picture. Oh, no, never mind.
I think she's going for the candidates.
Yeah, I know. But so getting to know him's been cool. He's a young guy. Got to get him prepared as well as we can for USD. It's a big step for him, and I think he's going to do great things there. And he's been an awesome kid so far, a little on the quieter side, but, as you can see on the field, it plays really well. So excited to have him here.
He's just 17 years old. He hit that 3-run home run last night, had a triple in his first at-bat, and then throws a scoreless inning tonight in 3 straight batters. I know the conversation with you and Octo has been, we might be even better this second half.
Yeah, the guys that we have in, and also just coming into a season with not knowing people, I'm sure a couple of guys know each other from previous schools and stuff like that, but there's no genuine camaraderie. So for as quick as they're able to click, I think we should be even better in the second half as far as that goes.
Back-to-back walk-offs in a sense. Bowman has that big 2-run home run that went 500 feet.
Yeah.
But he's also had a resurgence here these last couple of weeks. He struggled that first series down in Hastings. How's it been for you watching him start seeing him more at third base?
Good. He's put in the work. Obviously he was struggling early, and you could kind of tell even the way he was talking to himself and taking BP and just not happy with the results he was getting. And we just got him to sit there and slow things down, figure it out himself, and he got a 1 or 2 I think on a home series, and ever since then he's just had confidence, and when that kid has confidence, he can do great things for us.
Now let's get ready for the second half. It starts right away tomorrow against Plainsman. What's the mindset going into the second half? Because for the first time, you guys don't really have to worry about it as much.
Yes, 100%. But, we want to keep the guys engaged as much as possible. Obviously, we're going to try to do our best to get everyone the at-bats that they deserve. But at the same time, it's still baseball. And if you're hot, you're going to stay hot and you're going to stay in the lineup. But I think, I think some of the things that some of the guys are talking about is let's go in both halves. Let's, show them how good we can be and in this league and compete as well as we can. That I don't think these guys will ever be like, I don't care to win. I don't think that's this type of group. So
it's Gio's last game in a Spearfish uniform. He's been here since day one. Truly a dugout guy and has turned into a fan favorite. What's it going to be like not having him around anymore?
It sucks. We've already talked about FaceTiming him so we can play him off on the bus with him and stuff like that. It sucks. He's a great character, great kid, loves to be here every day, doesn't complain, and swings the bat well and is pretty good behind the plate. So, losing him is going to be tough, especially in the dugout, like you said. A lot of guys really like him, and I see him around a lot, and it's going to be a little difficult, but it'll be all right. Well, hopefully he's returning next summer. It's not confirmation, but if we can get couple of these guys back next summer. I think he'd be a good one to bring back.
Absolutely. He's been a fan favorite. He's been, like you said, a huge presence in the dugout, so it's going to be tough to lose him. But we're excited for the second half and get ready for the playoffs.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll finish up the postgame when we come back. 13-3 the final here from Spearfish. Thirteen to 3 the final here in Game 4 of this 4-game series against the Prospects. A 2-run bomb from Jordan Bowman to walk off mercy rule style to close out the first half. The Squatch take the first half for the first time in program history. We're getting ready for the playoffs. Aiden, let's just wrap up this first half overall. Obviously, this game a little slow. Ultimately, the Squatch walking off in a mercy rule. But overall, this first half, the wheels are slow to start things off. There's not a lot of guys here. The bullpen's thin.
Yep.
I mean, there are POs catching bullpens. There's catchers playing the outfield trying to fill spots.
Yep.
But once more guys started to come in, once we got home, it was almost lights out with this team, and it has been for the last month.
Squash have been unreal at home. Started 2-6 on the year, right? The next 10 games, they went 9-1 with Justice Scott. Of course, there's some mixed chemistry with just a few couple of coaches there at the beginning. The head coach was not there yet. We had a lot of players that weren't there yet. Obviously, getting Kyle Finn a couple days in was one of the best welcome home presents I think the Sasquatch fans here in Spearfish have ever gotten. So very fun to see Finn swing the bat very well. Obviously, he's closing on that home run record. I can only imagine if he keeps this up and stays away from injuries, knock on some sort of wood that I can find somewhere in here. There's wood on the chair here.
There we go.
All right, on the bottom. Anyways,
found some.
Knock on wood. But Finn's been great. But, yeah, you're exactly right. A slow start, but I think that one of the easiest things to do for fans, or not exactly fans, but people in general, is jump to an early conclusion in summer ball because you don't have all your players, you don't have all your coaches, you're not back home, and boom, you come back home, and the whole mentality shifts. And I think now, not only is the mentality shifting as a whole program, but players are kind of buying into this. Last night, JJ kind of lit a fire under everybody's rear end going into that bottom 7. That was unreal. That was awesome to see. So when you have players that are buying into individual games and not just, I'm going to be here for a couple of weeks, they're really buying in. Tyler Russ was only here for a couple of weeks. He was pretty darn well.
He pitched really well. It was one of the most bought-in guys to the program. And he was a guy that wasn't going to be here that long, and he knew that. And JJ, who you just brought up, that lit the fire last night, he hasn't pitched that much and also came in late.
Yep.
But he's fit in right away.
Would have loved to hear him mic'd up from Russ at some point. Every time he was down there, you heard his voice. He was even up here and yelled at the mic a couple times.
Yep.
So really fun stuff from him. You're right, JJ. I mean, just a phenomenal player. Took a ball off the ear earlier on in the first half,
and he was like, he wanted to stay out there. He wanted to stay out there after he got hit in the dome.
Yeah, goose egg on the little ear there for him.
It looked pretty bad.
Yeah, it did. It did. But what looked pretty good was Bo again tonight. You can't spell bomb without B-O, so that's pretty cool. Just a phenomenal end of the first half, I think. Obviously, we were kind of battling against Hastings for the longest time, and all of a sudden, 2 nights ago, we're like, well, wait a minute, we kind of want Casper to win one versus Hastings, and then we wanted Hastings to win one versus Casper. So very weird stuff over there in that series, but again, the Sasquatch have solidified a playoff bid, which is really cool. Haven't done that And I know a guy like Ryan Bachman, who's played here for 4 years and now coaching, was very, very enthused by that idea. So really cool stuff from the Squatch.
It's been a first half of up and downs.
Yep.
But we end on an up, and we are ready for the
Yes, we
second
are.
half. It'll start tomorrow night, 6:05 p.m. Country night here at the ballpark.
Woo!
If you can get out here, do it, because it's going to be an absolute blast. If you can't make it out, you can join us on the live stream, as always, on YouTube. But, yeah, let's end this first half.
Last point to make is we're probably not going to have the stream on for the fireworks. It is a fireworks night. We finished the game very early in 7 innings, obviously, but if you can still make it out, you got about 45 minutes to get out here. I think fireworks are going to go around 9:15. You can even pull up near the park and watch them from the sky. They're obviously shot up pretty high behind the left center fence over by the fire department. Of course, they're all sitting out there on their chairs as well. So they're ready. The kids are going to be on the field and I think going to be watching around in the outfield possibly. We're going to play a game here now. But the point is, fireworks night couldn't get better. See, it's cooled down a little bit, so I'm not sweating as much. Deodorant is still much needed, but what can you do?
Yes, I'm going to have to borrow some of your deodorant. I'm sure I don't smell good either. Okay, whatever it takes. I already spent $30 to get Brian Young, which we didn't even bring up. So yesterday for ladies' night, we were going to auction off players, as players can be would do like chores for like an hour for a family.
Yeah.
I ended up raising my hand because no one was raising their hand for Brian Young, and I ended up getting Brian Young.
One rose.
And I got a rose from BY. It does have thorns on it, but every rose has thorns, and this rose means so much to me. Thank you, BY.
I'm sure. Is it a real rose?
I mean, there's actually.
Well, there's real, right, but like. Oh, yeah, that's a real rose.
Gosh, I'm never getting rid of this.
I mean, obviously, I knew it had thorns. I didn't know if they were like real thorns or like the plastic thorns, but.
No, they hurt. Ow.
It's a real rose. They probably will wilt soon, but not before the love between BY and AJ continues to rave on. So
absolutely
for a night for $30 for one. I was at 1 hour with BY.
1 hour with BY for $30.
I don't know. You take him
and
out
a rose.
to lunch. You could have him.
No, he's taking
lawn.
me out to
he's
lunch.
Taking you out to lunch.
Yes,
all right,
that's the deal.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. We'll put a bookend to this first half. 13-3, the final. The Squatch Mercy rule. The Nebraska prospects once again. From all of us here in Spearfish, my partner Aiden Wirtz, I'm AJ Reister saying good night from beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota.